Hey everyone, Scorn of Ymir. One of the fights that are not as brainless as the last two we've gotten. You gotta actually think about this and what you're doing. So before I get to the boss itself, or the gearing itself, sorry, let me just quickly recap what this boss actually does. So the boss has three main gimmicks. One, there's a shell attached, so we're gonna need shell break. The shell is very weak to spears, which is the reason why we are bringing Gilgamesh for the spear break. Now, you should have Gilgamesh, and if you have Mazurka, for example, too, these two, they are ideal for this. Both can pretty much destroy the shell on turn 2 and not destroy, but break the shell on turn 2. You then have probably 1 or 2 main DPS and you'd be good. Now, if you want to do this with a 5-man team, and that is one of the missions, you probably are going to take only one of the two. That makes things a little bit less awkward, but again, a 5-turn team could look like, instead of Ferris, you'd use Mazurka. Instead of Heeey, you could use Epsilon Nicole. It's fine. You won't regret anything here. It's just important that you have at least one of the two, meaning either Gilgamesh or Mazurka. Second gimmick of this boss is its turn rotation. So for the first couple of turns, the boss will deal magic damage. On turn 1, the boss itself doesn't do anything. It actually starts doing his things, or its things, on turn 2. So turn 2 and 3 are magic damage, 4 and 5 are physical type damage. So there's a fixed attack, which is gimmick number 3. There's a fixed attack you cannot dodge unless someone is up in the air, which is actually making this a Dragoon fight if you want to. Now, I'm actually just ignoring the whole Dragoon shtick, and I'm just going to brute force this boss. Again, you know me. If you've watched my previous Dark Visions videos, I'm the guy who brute forces literally everything if it's possible. And yeah, here I am brute forcing another trial with Ferris. So, but yeah, if you want to do this trial properly, you'd have one Dragoon jumping up in the air, so the boss does not use the 8k fixed attack. The 8k fixed attack can be mitigated through general mitigation. I believe physical mitigation works as well, but I'm using general mitigation either from Heeey's Limit Burst or Charlotte's STMR. That are the two possibilities here. What's not working is Mirage. The fixed attack will always hit regardless of Mirage or not, but during his physical phase, you can Mirage the other AoE attack, which is quite handy, and that is why Venera is on this team, for example. Again, if you're using Mazurka, she also has Party Mirage, so that's fine too. Okay, that's it for the gimmicks of the boss. Yeah, let's check out the gearing then. So Heeey, mine is EX plus 3. You don't need EX plus 3 Heeey. EX plus 1 is more than enough. The boss's damage is negligible, especially the magic type damage. It's not doing much. The most dangerous thing about this boss is actually the physical damage it deals with the fixed attack plus the AoE attack, which can be miraged anyway. So, as you can see, Heeey has more LB fill than anything else, and what's super important is safety bit. The boss does a death attack on the one provoking, so keep in mind you need death, and it's not a dispel. The death animation looks like a dispel, but it's actually the death animation. I believe if it's... yeah, so... I believe it dispels too, but that doesn't matter. I think it only dispels once you're dead. Not sure. Don't take me for granted. I know it does a death attack, and the death attack looks like a dispel, but it's not. So these are her abilities, nothing too fancy, a lot of HP, general stuff, her own vision card. What's important, I believe, is water wind resistance and 2 others, but who cares really, the boss doesn't really much damage. And the Brave Shift is for auto buffs mainly. So we got Summer Parasol for an initial burst of Esperfill. We didn't need Esperfill, but here's the aforementioned Sacred Shield Charlotte Esper Estiamar, which is 30% reduced damage taken by the caster, which is quite handy. I should not have used this on FaZe probably. She takes the least amount of damage. If you got this Saintly Castle, you might as well use this on Venera. Venera is the most squishy one of all of my team. This would have been better on Venera. Other than that, she's got the Anti-Decay Amulet. This is a free materia. You don't really need this. Actually, the boss doesn't reduce defense, attack, mage, spirit, etc. And I'm using Impenetrable Pendant for another physical reduction. Again, it's probably most optimal to use this on one of your DPS instead of FaZe. Abilities are the same. Nothing else. Oh, by the way, we are also starting in the Brave Shift to trigger all of these passives. And switching back to base immediately. Gilgamesh, base form is identical to his Brave Shift. As you can see, he's double wearing spears, which is important. He has a lot of Esperfill. My previous strat was to use healing from Lakshmi. I didn't need it. But if your fight goes longer than turn 6 or 7, I believe I killed it on 7, you might want to use one Esper to fill HP. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Same thing over here, identical gearing. Next up, Venera. Base form has a lot of HP, as you can see. I gave her Surging Malice, so she takes less damage for the first couple of turns. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is. Again, you could use Esper Charlotte's STMR on her too, which would probably be the better choice. And the shift form, we are not really using a shift form much. It's just for the stack of Mirage and that's it. So that is why it's missing some stuff. And lastly, I've got Ferris. So Ferris, I did a cool thing. I'm using Aurora Scarf, which is, I believe, Original Lightning's Trustmaster reward, meaning her attacks hit twice. And since we're double wielding, we are going to shave off a lot of break gauge with Ferris. The rest of it doesn't matter. You need the equip spear materia, or else this won't work, because Ferris cannot wear spears innately. She has Pure Lotus for HP recovery and Phoenix Synergy. I'd love to have more Phoenix Synergy. It pretty much almost on its own negates the fixed attack. Pure Lotus is another 2.9k, so my net damage taken on Ferris is 100, and it's absolutely negligible. And she's using Riku's Vision card. Shift form, full DPS, physical DPS. She's fire. The boss is weak to fire. He has innate 50% fire. Imperil to himself, or weak to fire and light, I believe. So both elements are fine. Yeah, this is the gear. And what's cool about Ferris is she's so easy to gear for Aquan Killer. She has a lot of innate. I need one equipment slot and Kokorayu, and that's it. So she's got 300 aquatic, 300 LB, and yeah, I gave her a GF extension for a little bit more stats, and that's all about it. So yeah, this is the gearing, and I'll show you the friend unit right off after the small cut, and then you're gonna watch the kill, so enjoy. And I'm using a Geert's Ferris, who is just pure awesome. EX plus 3. He gave her a Saintly Castle, which is pretty sweet. 30% damage reduction. It's very nice. Double spears. Yeah, this is very good. Brave Shift. As good as it gets. 300 aquatic, 300 LB. Super strong. Not gonna lie. Let's hope I don't mess this one up, because this might be the easiest version to do. Okay, so let's target the main body first. Okay, we are back. Let's do this properly. So the way this works is, nope. it's that one. That's why we equipped Aurora Scarf. I was confused for a second. Let's have Gilgamesh Shift. That is correct. And Spear Break 3 times. Venera is going to Armor Cleave and Poison Sting. Yep. And both. Oh yeah, I forgot about Heeey. Heeey is going to shift back. She's going to splash fight and splash fight and Lagoon Shell. And the reason why we equipped Aurora Scarf and Ferris is just to do this, pretty much. And they will attack a couple of times now, as you can see. So 47%, absolutely fine. Let's have Venera chip in some damage as well. So let's have her use Poison Sting a couple of times. Heeey is meanwhile going to use, let's see, Rip Current, that is important. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's use Nereid's Kiss as well. And the rest of the team can just attack the shell. And on the next turn we will comfortably break, or are we not? Ah, almost broke it at this very turn, but it's fine. There we go, here's the fixed attack. We don't care for this round though. Our Ferrises easily replenish HP. So what we're gonna try to do now is, in a best case scenario, we're gonna kill the shell right now. But if not, that's absolutely okay. So let's just draw Blade of Courage. Let's have Gilgamesh finish off that one. And caster can evade. Yeah, we're gonna get an evade stack anyway, and let's fill LB gauge then, I guess. Alright. Let's break the gauge. Not break the gauge, but what am I talking about? Break defense and defense and attack by 90%. Condemning and another break stack. So we're gonna break A, the shell, and B, the main body. So let me just make sure I can actually click this. Okay, so let's break the body first. Let's switch over here, and both are now broken by 90%. They should be at least. Yep, they are. Okay. Heeey in the meantime is going to splash fight and Marine Wall. That way nobody should die. Okay, and let's see if we can actually kill off the shell in one go. I don't think we can, but... oh, we did! Excellent! So we're gonna get a fixed attack, it's fine. So now, from here on out, we will have to keep healing. So Heeey uses her heal and splash fight. Ferris is going to Pirates Ahoy, Blessed Fire Crystal, and Blade of Courage. Pirates, Blessed Blade. So we're gonna LB on the very next turn. Gilgamesh will SR chain in base together with what's her name? Venera. But as he has 20k HP in his shift and 18k, although it shouldn't matter, let's just do it that way. We could fill LB gauge, we don't need to. So let's try attack. Venera is going to Brave Shift. We need some Mirage stacks for the upcoming physical attacks. So Shadow Serpent. Let's use Heavenly Blade and Shadow Cast. And since we are not looking at a super high damage chain right now, let's just keep them training together. It's fine. Oh yeah, Ferris doing the work here. Right, fixed attack going through. Rest of it is okay. How many more turns on her cover? Okay. And now it's time to LB with Ferris. Let's shift back. And triple. Well, which one does more damage? I believe it's condemning, right? Yeah, it should be. So let's triple condemning blade. Gilgamesh, try attack. Phasey, heal. And another marine wall. So we should be absolutely fine. Okay, let's queue up the chain and cap with both Ferris and yeah, that'll be it. So let's start chaining and let's have them go. 48%, that's perfect, and we only need to survive 2 more turns and we'll be good. So Ferris is just going to Pirates Ahoy, Blade Blade. I believe her stuff should last long enough, right? Oh yeah, absolutely. Pirates Blade. Yes, okay, perfect. Phasey is going to cover and heal. Venera is going to Marauders. And double condemn. While Gilgamesh is going to throw an elixir onto Venera. We are allowed to use items, so that's why we can safely do that. So let's have Venera go. I actually want to chain both Ferris here for some actual damage. Okay. And if nothing goes wrong, we will complete all missions on the very next turn. There we go. Oh, it's a magic turn anyway, so that's super easy. Okay. And we won, no deaths, all missions done. Let's triple. Try attack. Phasey can just do whatever. Alright, let's start here. Wait, and send both Ferris in. Done. So that was pretty easy. I mean, we got Ferris, who is specialized on aquatic killers. That wasn't really a challenge for her, to be honest. We also got Geared, who has an EX +3 Ferris, so okay, yeah, I get the point. But this is entirely the same procedure, a little bit less damage if you're using EX1 or EX2. The difference is minimal, to be honest. So yeah, that was Scorn of Ymir. I like this trial, it's not as brainless as the last two have been. So yeah, that was easy. I hope this helped, and we'll see each other tomorrow for the banner review of our latest Easter unit. See you for that, and have a nice first day.